Hello guys, this is Epic E and welcome back to another video. My first video in quite a while. Today we're going to be playing Noire Part 1. Just going to be playing through the patrol desk. Alright, I'm just going to make sure this stream is just fine. Yeah, it seems like it's going just good. Alright, well, let's get started with this game. I've already played through this game once. Alright.
A city on the verge of greatness. A new type of city, based not on the man, but on the automobile. The car. A symbol of freedom and vitality. Where every man can own his own home, and have room to breathe, and not be overlooked by his neighbors. A city where a man's home is his castle. A quarter acre of the dream made possible by victory. A city of opportunists.
So I originally got this game because of all the classic cars.
The city of dreams.
If you didn't know, I've been a
shaped
big
the
fan of
thoughts and
classic cars since I was just a young kid. But, yeah, I ended up enjoying this game a lot and the story and all the characters, so figured I'd share it with all of you guys. Sean joined, and now he just took away a message.
A city of dreamers.
Halloween's coming up soon. LA Noire speedrun. I've never seen a speedrun of this game. I'll have to look it up sometime.
A city of undercurrents. Where not everything.
Yeah, but the intro cutscene's kind of long. It's made by the same. It's made by Rockstar, the same people who made
20th century city.
Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption. But I've played both of those games, and I've enjoyed this a lot more
has
than
no boundaries.
GTA and Red Dead
It will stretch
Redemption.
as far as the eye can see.
Alright, so we can get started right now.
In the Marine Corps, you deal with the chain of command. Mistakes get made, but you deal with them. You know what you're fighting for and that you're on the same team. But dealing with corruption is like chasing shadows. You never know whether the guy you're talking to is on the pad, or whether it's your partner, or maybe even the watch commander. So who do you trust, Cole? I made up my mind a long time ago.
KGBL calling car 14 Adam. 14 Adam, come in.
Go ahead, KGPL.
14 Adam, see the detective and ambulance shooting at 6th and Industrial Street.
If you remember, I was doing a playthrough of Super Mario RPG a while back,
Roger, 14
and I
Adam
figured,
en route.
since they're making a remake of the game,
Here we go again.
I'll get it,
They don't request
and then play up
uniforms
to
for
where I
evidence
was,
search unless there's some kind of catch.
and then I'll
Ever
continue the
optimist.
playthrough on
From
the
the
remake
beam of
version.
sunshine himself.
Shoot, where am I going? Oh, wrong way. 1947 Ford police car. I'd like to own a car like this, or I already do have a 48 Buick, but I'd like to have a 47
Floyd
Ford
Rose,
someday.
homicide. You might back up?
Yes, sir. Phelps and Dunn, Wilshire Division.
We had a shooting took place down this alleyway. We have the Vic, Scooter Payton, a Negro male bagged up and on his way to Central Morgue. Witness says a tall white guy, our shooter, put 2 in the Vic's head and then threw his piece. I need you guys to try and recover the gat.
You want us to look anywhere in particular?
Give it your best shot, guys. The dead guy's a lowlife. I'm not expecting any miracles here.
And if we recover the weapon?
Bag it and return it to technical services.
You hurry it up, Floyd. We
I'm
got
outta
places
here.
to be.
Happy hunting.
So there's one desk in this game where you, I'm gonna have to blur out a lot of stuff
This
because
is a fist hump. Just going
it
through
will
the
not-
motions.
It will
Probably right.
be
Let's
taken
just
down
get it
by
over and
YouTube
done.
because of all the
All
like,
right,
gruesome.
have it your way. We'll search
stuff
right
in
up to
that
the
desk.
back wall. If you still don't come up with anything, come
All right,
find me
so
and we'll talk it out. Two heads are always
Start
better than one.
searching. That's not gonna have anything to do with it.
Look at this junk.
Newspapers.
Dr. Fontaine, could I have a word?
Of course, young man.
I really enjoyed your lecture, Doctor. Psychiatry seems to have a tremendous amount to offer.
Why, thank you. I'm always happy to receive acknowledgement for my work. The mind is the last great mystery in medicine.
So
Are
this
you
game
thinking of
takes place right
specializing,
after World War
Mr.
II,
Sheldon,
and we'll see a
Courtney
few
Sheldon. I'm only in second year, Doctor.
cutscenes into that
They fast-tracked me a year
later.
because of my experience during the war.
Ah,
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Battle fatigue and collapse under duress. Can it be helped?
I would say yes, given the right set of circumstances. Trauma forces the mind to close down, retreat in on itself. We try to find ways to unlock the mind again through a combination of therapy and drug treatment. Hypnosis and therapy are powerful tools in the right hands, Sheldon.
I've been to visit some of the guys at the VA hospital. A good friend of mine, he's so far away. It's like he's wandering
You
around.
went through a lot together.
Yes, Doctor.
So these
Give me his
newspapers always
details
just
and I'll make a
give you
prognosis. I have a number of
insight
clinics
into the
in Los
future.
Angeles, Courtney Sheldon, and your penance for your
but
friend's
really
help is
loosely.
to come and work at one of them in your spare time, with what little spare time a medical student has. Is that a deal?
Is it ever? I can't thank you enough.
I'm not promising a cure, Courtney. I want you to remember that. Every physician has patients that he cannot hope to cure, for whom he can only smooth the path to death.
So yeah, those newspapers are kind of important to
Not
collect.
my job to pick through other people's trash.
Alright, so let's get back to searching. So what I'm
What have you
looking
got,
for
Phelps?
is
Anything? Jesus.
Doesn't tell me anything.
Cole, come take a
information
look
on
at this.
this murder.
I tell you, I'm jinxed. I always get landed with this crap.
Shooter put him up against the wall and blew his brains out.
Hell of a way to go.
Doesn't really matter how you go once you're gone.
Don't get all deep on me, Phelps.
Ralph, there's something on the rooftop.
How the hell did you
The
see that?
gun.
Reflection in the window. Looks like it might be our weapon. I'm gonna see if I can find a way up there.
All right, don't hurt yourself. The gun's up on the roof, right? So we need to find a way up. What kind of chumps do
Smith
these
& Wesson,
homicide guys think
serial
we are?
S71893. Two rounds fired,
Bullets missing.
and instead of dropping it down a drain, our shooter hoists it up here. Interesting guy.
We should follow up on this now, before the perp tries to leave town.
We have the gun, Cole. Let's take it back to Central. We could get a commendation.
Could show some initiative, Ralph, and see if we can come up with an owner.
That's a long shot, Cole.
It's a pretty fancy gun. You know a local gun store?
Sure. There's a place a couple of blocks from here.
So we're gonna go investigate this gun store to see if we can find an
Are you
owner
sure about this? It's not really our
to the
gig.
gun.
No harm in doing some digging. The suits didn't seem to give much of a damn.
Such a little Boy Scout, Cole. You can't wait to get out of that uniform, can you?
You'd rather round up drunks and help old ladies across the road?
I'd rather get through the day without the captain's foot up my ass.
It'll be fine, Ralph. You worry too much.
But I'm a pretty good driver. The thing is, unlike GTA, this has like actual car brands and not like made up ones. So these are actual cars from that period. Right after World War II.
Have you got something
Drive
against
on
the siren?
sidewalk. But if you crash too much or run over people on the sidewalk, you'll lose stars on the mission. So I'm gonna try to get all 5 stars on the on every mission, which is why I'm gonna try to drive safer than I would if I was playing like GTA or a game like that. So yeah, we're gonna check out this gun store.
Officers Phelps and Dunn. Can you tell us anything about this gun?
Smith & Wesson, Model 27, registered Magnum. Chambered for .357, nickel-plated with pearl grips. Same gun used by General Patton.
You're not suggesting he's the owner?
No, I'm not.
You seem to know a lot about the weapon.
I ought to. I sold it. You know, this piece will stop a rhino. These babies are only available special order.
So
Here's
this
my
is
Smith
our
& Wesson
murder
order
weapon.
book.
You mind if I take a look?
Be my guest. This is about something bad, right?
But we need to figure out who the owner is.
Model 27 with pearl grips, Cole.
So
You
we're
see it
looking
on
for a
there?
Smith & Wesson Model 27 with pearl grips. 27 walnut grip. 27 pearl grip right here.
We're in luck. Errol Schroeder. 203 South Gless Street.
Is our
Ordered the gun
owner.
in February '46. Thanks, you've been a big help.
Anytime. Always happy to help out the LAPD.
So now we're gonna go investigate this guy's
Do
apartment.
we call it in?
Let's see if he's at home. Owning the gun doesn't prove he pulled the trigger.
Okay. In for a penny, in for a pound. Lead the way, Gunga Din.
So now we're gonna investigate where this guy lives, his apartment. Oh, I almost hit that truck. Don't want to do that.
Now that wasn't so hard, was it? Just because we're in uniform doesn't mean we can't use our initiative.
I guess so. Seems a little too good to be true. One-of-a-kind
Very
murder
good.
weapon bought locally using a real name. If Schroeder's our shooter, he's no criminal mastermind.
Most of them aren't. That's why they get caught. 2 out of every 3 crimes are done on impulse.
Another fact from the Phelps Encyclopedia of Thin Air. You really are full of it.
Yeah, and if you turn your siren on, police siren, cars will get out of your way. apartment's right across the street.
So,
Apartment 2.
Schroeder, apartment 2.
There it is.
What do you guys want?
I'm Officer Cole Phelps. This is Officer Dunn, Wilshire Division. You're the owner of a Smith & Wesson Model 27, nickel-plated with pearl grips?
I might be. What of it?
Then you'll be surprised to know that Scooter Payton was murdered tonight with your gun.
You're out of your mind. Scooter? He works for me. I have that gun here in my drawer. What the fuck is going on here?
You're under arrest, Schroeder. Cuff him, Ralph.
No way. You're not taking me down for this.
So now we fight.
You ready, tough guy?
I gotta say though, the fighting mechanics in this game are not the best.
Quit prancing around.
Driving mechanics are really good, and shooting mechanics are really good. Just like about every other Rockstar game.
Ralph, you all right?
I'm fine. I hardly felt it. He's lucky he caught me off guard.
Keep an eye on him, Ralph. I'm gonna take a look around. List of names and a series of numbers. Floyd Rose's name is in this book.
Phelps, we can come out of this all bright and shiny with a
Don't remember who
commendation.
Floyd Rose
Or
is.
stick our schlongs in a hornet's nest. Call it in, partner. And leave the book where you found it.
Officer Phelps, badge 1247, requesting.
So that case is finished. Here's our first World War II flashback.
You dumb fucking sons of bitches, get in this line now before I lose my temper.
Excuse me, Sergeant, but...
Excuse me? Fuck you. You say another word and I'll break your fucking head and have you in the brig.
Some of us are here for...
I know why you're here, asswipe. I'm having a bad day, Private. Some people don't seem to want to get on this bus.
I didn't ask for your help.
He didn't ask for your help. Can you believe this guy? Who are you two? Abbott and Costello?
We're here for OCS, Sergeant.
So it's the three fucking stooges and you're here for OCS. God help this fucking country and the USMC. The Japanese will do the world a favor and kill you quickly. All three of you are on report. What are your fucking names?
Phelps.
Kelso.
Merrill.
Any other gentlemen for OCS? OCS is at Elliott. You take the Camp Elliott bus over there. This bus is for MCRD. This bus is for men who want to fight.
So yeah, that's our first World War II flashback. Not even fighting yet.
Well, you picked the right place, Cole. A city that needed an honest cop like a thirsty man needed water. You'd heard the stories, but you weren't interested. You were here to fight the good fight, solve cases, right wrongs. But the force is like politics. There's no sitting on the fence. You have to choose sides. A brown paper envelope or a Greyhound ticket to Palookaville. It could only ever end one way.
All units to 211 in progress and shots fired at Westlake Savings and Loan, 1415 West 3rd Street. Unit to handle identified, code 3.
We'll take that. It's only a couple blocks from here.
14 Adam calling KGPL. We'll handle the 211.
Roger that, 14 Adam. Be advised, suspects are armed and dangerous.
Roger KGPL. 14 Adam en route.
So yeah, we're gonna stop a bank robbery now. Just gotta get there first.
Make it quick, you guys. The cops are here. We gotta move it.
I'm not very good at aiming. Not the best at aiming.
Try for the front door. Keep your goddamn head down. Use the cover, Phelps.
LAPD, put down your weapons. The bank is surrounded. I'm offering you a chance to...
copper. You come any closer? We don't know how many are in there.
Stay down.
That's it? We got them all? I think we got them, Cole.
Wow, I splattered his
Should be all
brains all
clear.
over the wall.
Lieutenant Hopkins says anytime you reach for the shotguns, you're either going to end up dead or wearing a citation. So I guess...
It's okay, Ralph. You did well in there. I'm glad you had my back. Man couldn't ask for a better partner.
So that's a second case. Another World War II flashback.
This kind of opportunity comes along once in a lifetime, Hank. I have to grasp it.
You have to survive it first, Cole. Here are the veterans. The Japs love to shoot officers.
If I can make a name for myself in this war, my future...
Thinking of taking on a company of the Emperor's finest single-handed? You don't seem the Sergeant York type to me.
When I need your opinion, Kelso, I'll ask for it.
They talk about officers like you in boot camp, Cole. They call it the Custer syndrome. Guys who go around dreaming of fame and glory and getting all of their men killed in the process.
Our duty is to lead, Kelso.
And their duty is to die for your wonderful future?
So we're at boot camp right now, I guess. Some kind of boot camp.
Cole Phelps and Jack Kelso. With some people, it's as simple as chemistry. Two guys who should have been friends, but their personalities got in the way. Phelps, a good guy, wound way too tight. And Kelso, a quiet man who could never walk away from a fight.
Well, it's a shame you don't like to talk about it, Cole.
Ralph, friends who want to stay friends don't discuss religion or politics. And in my case, you can add the war to that.
I know that bum. Wendell Bowers. I put him away before. He jumped parole. Get after him, Phelps. I'll head him off in the car.
Wendell Bowers, stop! LAPD!
You can go screw yourselves.
Why, you...
Got a
Watch it!
guy who jumped parole.
Bowers, hold it right there!
Stop now or I will shoot. I won't tell you again, Wendell.
Jesus, Dunn, watch your fire!
Don't want to do this, Wendell. Get down from there right now.
Give it up, Wendell!
Stay the hell away from me.
So if you try to climb up when they stop, they'll kick you down. So you don't want to. So you want to stop whenever you're.
There's no way I'm
Whenever
going
they
back
stop.
inside. I've done my time.
It's over, Bowers!
You assholes already screwed me once.
Nice roll.
Give
right
it up,
there.
Bowers! There's nowhere left to go!
Looks like we've got the place to ourselves.
Clothesline.
shit, aren't you?
How
Got
you
it.
doing, Wendell? Your parole officer's feeling lonely. He's got a hole in his life for an asshole like you. You can make it up to him in 10 years' time. Watch your head. This hump will be back in the Iron Hotel by tomorrow night. Nice work, Cole. You run track in high school?
Part of the tradition of the Marine Corps and being an officer in the Marine Corps is the ability to make tough decisions. The right decision is not always the popular one. The right decision will get the men you care about killed. These ratings and your ability to give them frankly and truthfully directly affect your chances of successfully becoming a Marine officer. Candidate Phelps, you have the floor. Esprit de Corps, Merrill, 10. Franklin, 8. Weiss, 8. Donahoe, 6. Kowalski, 6. Hudson, 5. Kelso, 2. Leadership, Donahoe, 8. Franklin, 7. Merrill, 6. Kowalski, 6. Weiss, 5. Hudson, 5. Kelso, 1. Candidate Kelso!
I'm sorry, Captain, but I joined the Marine Corps to fight the enemy, not get involved in this schoolboy chicken shit.
Kelso, in my office, now!
For every cop, there's the case that makes you. Gives you that leg up. Gets you recognized as the shining new star in the squad. The case that you solve that shows that you have the gumption, the gung-ho, that get up and go to make you stand out from your average rank-and-file patrolman. This could be the one, Cole.
Shooting.
LAPD, could you stand clear of the body, please? Has anyone called an ambulance?
We've called an ambulance and the police, but I'm afraid he's dead.
Okay, stand further back and move along. It's your choice, but make it quick, people.
Hey, Cole. You got here quick.
My beat crosses 7th Street.
Okay. You're first reporting then. We'll get a perimeter going and move the crowd on. You better see
You're
what you
in
can
my
find
walls?
out before the
Okay.
homicide dicks show up. I'll be with you in a moment.
Broad daylight.
Got our
Crowded
first
street. Now I've seen everything.
Everybody stay back. Let us do our job.
shot in the middle of the street, midday.
C. Galetta. Layaway receipt. Pearl earrings. Made out to Bank of Arcadia.
So he was shot in the chest, it looks like, twice. Oh, 5 times it looks like.
Shell casings. These look like 32s.
Got her weapon.
FN Browning. Serial number 01138. Might need to run it by a gun store.
Eagleson's gun store's a couple blocks from here. All right. Yes, it's a dead person. This guy in the crowd thinks he saw something, Cole. You better take a statement.
Keep talking. Someday you'll
Sir,
see
I'm
something
Officer
intelligent.
Phelps. What exactly did you see?
I heard the shots. I thought it was a car backfiring. I saw a girl run at the shoe store.
Don't you people have anything better to
Sounds
do?
like we got our
Speak to the witness before homicide arrives, Phelps. And if you think she's lying, don't be afraid to get forceful.
ran
Verbally,
right back into this store.
And don't accuse her of anything without proof. Lawyers love that shit. And if you're sure she's straight up, try the general approach. See what you can coax out of her.
Right here.
Can I...
I'm Officer Phelps, miss. I'm here about the shooting. Did you know the victim?
He was my boss. Mr. Gage.
Mr. Gage's first name.
Everett.
And you are?
Galleta. Clovis Galleta.
So you gotta judge if they're lying or not. Let's see what she has to say.
Do you think you could tell me exactly what happened, miss?
I look around the shops at lunch. I was in a store when Mr. Gage, my boss, bursts in yelling that I'm late on my lunch.
And?
We came back. I was angry. I walked in front. I heard shots. I turned and saw Mr. Gage fall.
Let's see. Looks like she's lying. You can judge by... Oh, accuse. You're gonna accuse her.
You're lying, Miss Galleta. You know what happened and why. You're going to tell me.
There's nothing to tell. I've done nothing wrong. How can you prove different?
What are we gonna accuse her of? Layaway voucher.
Your pearl earrings, Miss Galleta. You've been paying for them for a whole year. Stop lying and tell me what happened at the jewelry store.
Oh, God! I won't lose the earrings, will I?
You could lose your freedom, you little fool, if you don't stop obstructing a murder investigation.
Mr. Kalu. Edgar Kalu. He runs the jewelry store. He's showing me a lovely watch. Mr. Gage bursts in. Mr. Kalu gets very angry with Mr. Gage, and they start yelling at each other. Mr. Gage tells me that all of the things in the store are junk, nickel-plated, made in Japan, and yells at me to get back to work.
Then what happened?
We get back here, and I hear a loud bang. Mr. Gage clutches at his back. I hear another bang.
Edgar Kalu.
And another, and another. Mr. Gage falls to his
Probably
knees.
our killer.
It looked very painful.
Which jewelry store?
Hartfield's. Broadway, between 5th and 6th.
Did you see the person who shot Mr. Gage?
Of course I did. Mr. Kalu looked very angry. He kept firing the gun. He kept pulling the trigger. He threw the gun in a bin and turned and walked away.
Is she lying? I guess it wants me to pick.
You're making me angry, Miss Galleta. Is that what you want? Tell me why Mr. Kalu shot Mr. Gage.
Mr. Gage hates Jews. A lot of people do. It's not my fault if he has nice things.
How many shots did you hear, Miss Galleta?
It's difficult to remember. It sounded like there were so many, and they were so loud.
So she's not lying now. So we're gonna pick good cop.
I need you to concentrate, Miss Galleta. Even minor details can become important later on.
Well, there was one bang, and then another, and then 3 very quickly, close together. 5.
Thank you for your help, ma'am. You've been very brave. We'll need you to make a formal statement about what happened to Mr. Gage.
Does that mean I can still collect my... Never mind. Yes, officer, I'll make a statement.
We're gonna investigate this jewelry store then.
We have the murder weapon.
And the murderer. The girl saw it all. Our killer works at a jewelry store called Hartfield's.
That's a couple of blocks from here.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Tate, maintain the perimeter.
Gonna go get our killer. Don't need to go to the gun store. Just go straight to the jewelry store. Maybe I'll stop at the gun store first. That makes more sense. Because we have to interrogate him. If we can find out that he's the owner of the gun, then I can use that against him in an interrogation. Gotta be careful when I'm driving.
Have you got a death wish?
Just rear-ended that guy. Eagleson's Gun and Sporting Goods Store.
Officers, what can I do you for?
Officers Phelps and Dunn, sir, Wilshire Division. We need you to trace a serial number.
Sure. What's the make and model?
FN Browning, model 1922. The serial number is 01138.
You don't say. Well, I didn't sell it. Europeans love them, but it's pretty rare you find one over here. Although I did have one in here a couple of weeks back.
Remember the owner?
Yeah. Kalu. Edgar Kalu was his name.
It is the
Thing
guy.
looks like he'd never been fired, but he brought it in here for cleaning
That
anyway.
seems like our killer.
And he bought a box of cartridges and he left.
Do you know where we can find Mr. Kalu?
Told me he was on his lunch break. Said he worked at Hartfield's jewelry store just up on Broadway.
Thanks for your help.
Gotta get to that jewelry store. Now we can use this against him in an interrogation. Hartfield's jewelry store. Let's get him.
Officer, can I interest you in a new watch?
Officer Cole Phelps, are you Edgar Kalu?
No. Mr. Kalu is out back. He said he'd lie down. I'll buzz him for you.
Son of a bitch! Go, Cole,
Got a
go!
runner.
Kalu, get back here!
Gotta get this guy.
Root beers all around, dog. Too late, Kalu!
Edgar Kalu, you're under arrest for the murder of Everett Gage.
The case that makes you and the case that breaks you. The one you never solve. The one that keeps you awake at night. The case that gnaws at your guts and ruins your marriage. The case that keeps you propping up a bar as you relive the what-ifs, the might-have-beens, the half-leads, and the half-truths. The case that other cops murmur about whenever you walk past. The case you never, ever discuss.
God's mill may grind slowly, but it grinds finely, son. I hear it's you who nabbed our malefactor from the shooting yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Then tell me, boyo, I hear you're quite the climber, a man of initiative. How would you like a chance at smiting this man with the sword of justice?
You're asking me to conduct the interview, sir?
I am, young Phelps. You've only been with us a short time and you've assembled yourself a stellar arrest record. Not to mention the fine work you did in the war, sending heathens back to the hell they came from. But I'm curious as to whether you can turn your hand to interrogation. Takes a certain animal cunning, lad. Do you think you might be ready for that?
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna interrogate the guy.
Good man. You need many things for a conviction, young Phelps. A motive, opportunity, hard evidence, and best of all, a confession. If you fail in the former, you can always use a modicum of violence to obtain the latter. How are you feeling, lad?
Fine, sir.
Very good. The evidence is overwhelming. May the cat eat him and the cat be eaten by the devil. Bring me a confession, young Phelps. This is your chance. Don't fail me.
Has my lawyer arrived yet? I want to see my lawyer.
A lawyer can't help you, Mr. Kalu. You shot a man dead in cold blood. You're going to have to pay for that. You followed Everett Gage and the girl back to the shoe store. You put 5 rounds in Gage's back.
Gage was a bastard. Whatever he got what was coming. But it had nothing to do with me.
Let's see, is he lying or telling the truth?
You shot Gage, and we know why. We can put you at the scene.
You can't prove anything.
I have his gun. His gun.
You got nothing, boy chick. You're gonna be laughed right out of court. I've just got to keep my mouth shut and watch you run around in circles. We're done. Unless you want to keep making a schmuck of yourself.
You disappoint me, Cole Phelps. Get back in there and raise some lumps, boy! I need a confession!
I gotta get a confession from this guy. And I failed.
Has my lawyer arrived yet? I want to see my lawyer.
A lawyer can't help you, Mr. Kalu. You shot a man dead in cold blood. You're going to have to pay for that. You followed Everett Gage and a girl back to the shoe store.
I'm pretty sure he's lying.
You put 5 rounds in Gage's back.
Gage was a bastard. Whatever he got what was coming. But it had nothing to do with me.
So he's pretty obviously lying because we found his gun.
So you shot this guy over the sale of a watch.
You think Jewish people are going to continue to take it lying down? Straight and orderly lines to the ovens? Not this heap. I say enough is enough. No more. I've just got to keep my mouth shut and watch you run around in circles. We're done. Unless you want to keep making a schmuck of yourself.
He has to be lying though, so...
You disappoint me, Cole Phelps. Get back in there and raise some lumps, boy! I need a confession!
Has my lawyer arrived yet? I want to see my lawyer.
A lawyer can't help you, Mr. Kalu. You shot a man dead in cold blood. You're going to have to pay for that. You followed Everett Gage and the girl back to the shoe store. You put 5 rounds in Gage's back.
Gage was a bastard. Whatever he got what was coming. But it had nothing to do with me.
Alright. Maybe I'm supposed to use intuition. Browning handgun. Maybe this is the right answer.
You shot Gage, and we know why. We can put you at the scene.
You can't prove anything.
We know all about
There
the
we go.
argument. Miss Galetta made a statement.
You're counting on the girl? You think her testimony's gonna stand up in court?
You're going to the gas chamber, Edgar.
That Jew-hating fuck couldn't leave me alone. I had a sale. That girl was ready to buy.
Let's change the subject. You fasting for Yom Kippur, Mr. Kalu?
Yeah, let's change the subject, you going motherfucker. How about baseball?
You're not denying you're a Jew, Mr. Kalu.
This is America. It's not Germany. It's not a crime.
Some people don't like Jews, Mr. Kalu.
Yeah, and I guess you're one of them.
Gage hated Jews, didn't he, Mr. Kalu?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You left-wing leaning parasite. You expect me to sit here and listen to your drivel?
You call me that? You sit there and you call me those names, you goddamn goy butt snatcher? You and that stup Gage!
Why did you do it, Mr. Kalu?
Gage. He's in the Chamber of Commerce. He's in with all those momsers. He blocked every proposal I ever put forward. Kike this and kike that. He's been trying to ruin my business for years.
Edgar Kalu, I'm charging you with the first-degree murder of Everett Gage. I respect your beliefs and your right to hold them. I hope for your sake the jury can
got
commute
him.
to murder in the second degree. May God have mercy on you, sir.
Masterfully done, Officer Phelps.
Masterfully done
It is
after
just,
failing
Officer
2
Phelps.
times.
Isn't it, lad?
Yes, sir.
Then let me have a word with the Chief of Police, young Phelps. The department needs heroes. A shining, honest face the public can admire. I applaud a man with your talent for unwavering justice. Back to your duties for now, Boyle. But here's a piece of advice. Get yourself 2 suits, get them pressed. You'll be needing them.
Patrol complete. Got a promotion. So let's see if there's a cutscene right here, and if there's not, this is where I'll end the video. Alright, so yeah, this is the next desk. So I will be ending the video right here. We will do this desk tomorrow night, possibly. So I will see you guys in the next video, and bye.